Good morning. Welcome to Superior Sunrise. For 25 years, Superior Livestock Auction has been marketing cattle for people to people. Superior Livestock Auction, America's leader in livestock marketing. And now, here's Katie Kaufman.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to Superior Sunrise, live from our second day here at Week in the Rockies. We had a good auction yesterday, and today we're looking for another good day. On Sunrise this morning, we'll talk more industry news, interesting facts about Colorado's beef production, and my beef checkoff and the Beef Innovations Group while they're launching some new products. Later, Superior was recently highlighted for our value-added programs in a top-rated publication. And as always, at the end of the program today, Ralph Wade, world champion auctioneer, will join me to preview what we have to offer today in the auction. It's going to be a great show, folks. Stay with us. Sunrise will be right back.
Dr. Harold Newcomb of Merck Animal Health talks about strategic deworming programs.
What strategic deworming is we're actually trying to kill the worms on the pasture. At any one time, there's only about 1 to 5% of the worm population in the cow, and the rest of it, 90 to 95% or better, is out there on the pasture. So with strategic deworming, we're actually trying to deworm the pasture through targeted deworming or time deworming in the cow. As a general rule of thumb, and it varies from area to area, but about 6 weeks after green up is when we want to deworm those cows the first time. And here in the deep south, we want to do it again about 6 weeks later. The nice thing is, with the non-handling products, we're able to do that under any situation that the producer may have. So on that second deworming, he doesn't necessarily have to gather to treat his cattle for parasites.
They're out there, lurking on your pasture, just waiting to infect your cattle as they graze. Cattle worms cost you money, but a Safeguard strategic deworming program allows you to deworm your cattle and lower worm burdens on your pasture, resulting in improved pregnancy rates and heavier calf weights. Plus, there's a Safeguard form for every operation. So start killing parasites where they lurk. Talk to your animal health provider today about a Safeguard strategic dewormer program. Safeguard. Think strategically. Act decisively.
You can bet the ranch that Superior will bring you another great auction during its summer season. It's the Video Royale. For 20 years, the Video Royale has brought you outstanding offerings of cattle from top producers in the western U.S., and this year is no different. Join us live from the Winnemucca Convention Center on RFD TV or Superior Click to Bid July 23rd through the 27th. It's the Video Royale 20, broadcast live on RFD TV. This is a can't miss. To consign or get a buyer's number, call 800-422-2117.
In the room too. It's kind of pricey. Well, welcome back to Sunrise, folks. Joining me now is Superior Livestock Representative, Mr. Tom Odell, and we're kind of in your home country, aren't we?
Yeah, Katie, Colorado is home, and right now a lot of concerns out there. We talked about the fires yesterday. I talked to a good friend this morning, Larry Don Suklin. He's been out on the fire lines all day yesterday and the days before, and it's tough over at the Cortez area right now.
Yeah. Yesterday, talking about a few tough days, the auction was a little bit tougher than we hoped for.
Yeah, Katie, you know, as a representative, you try to get your customers prepared best you can and try to give some advice, but, you know, we're kind of in a market right now. It's tough to ask these consigners to take less than they want, and these buyers are trying to do the best they can to get the cattle bought. And, you know, luckily right now we're in a demand-driven market, and we need the cattle, and we've got the best product out there, and these buyers still have to get these cattle bought. So.
What did the board look like overnight, and what are you hoping for today? You
know, the board was kind of sideways. The feeder cattle were down a little bit. The corn was up a little bit more than what it ended up closing at. So hopefully we got a little stop on the corn deal right now so we can even this cattle market out. But, you know, we're kind of getting into some steady ground. We've maybe found a little bit of a bottom here so we can start working up again.
Great, and I know that a lot of the consigners and buyers are starting to make their way in here. Mondays and Tuesdays are always kind of light on the auction day, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a lot of consigners are going to be here.
Yeah, Katie, we'll start filling this room up, and, you know, come Thursday night, we'll serve about 1,000 steaks here, and anybody that's in driving distance can make it. They sure need to come up. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and in addition to that, we're going to have the rep awards, and we love those.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have all the awards Thursday night, and that's kind of a big thing for all the reps. You know, it's kind of something you work for all year, and you want to get to this sale and hopefully make the 10,000 head club, and so we're all excited about that.
Absolutely. Well, don't go anywhere because we want to talk about new beef products that are launching here through My Beef Checkoff. They go through a rigorous, calculated process from concept to launch. However, once they're out on the shelves and into the hands of consumers, these new beef products help drive beef demand and ensure a market for cattle producers in the United States. New beef products really are the cornerstone of the future. As consumers' attitudes and desires change, the Checkoff's Beef Innovations Group, well, they change along with them to deliver products that consumers want. There are 7 steps in the development process, from discovery, exploration, scoping, building the business case, development, testing, and validation, all the way to launching. It's all part of the process. For more information about all these new great products that Beef Checkoff has to offer, you can visit them online at mybeefcheckoff.com or beefinnovationsgroup.com. I bet you hit the stove every once in a while, huh?
Oh, that's why I look like I do. I love to cook and I love to eat, Katie.
All right, folks. Well, when we come back, we will talk about a top-rated publication that Superior was just in. Stay with us.
Hornflies irritate cattle and can negatively affect the profit of your beef operation. Financial losses include decreased weight gains, feed efficiency, and milk yields. For as little as 3 to 5 cents per head per day, Alticid IGR is a feed-through that goes to work in cattle manure where hornflies lay their eggs. Alticid IGR prevents hornfly larvae from developing into breeding, biting adults. Help keep your cattle peaceful, profitable, and hornfly-free with Alticid IGR in your supplement program. To learn more, call your feed dealer today.
Let's face it, you don't think a lot about your trailer hitch. You use it and forget it. We understand. But at B&W, we think about it. Short nights, long hauls, never-ending chores. The unthinkable. We think about it all, so you don't have to. B&W.
Join Superior Livestock Auction all summer long at our biggest cattle auctions of the year. Mark your calendars now. June 7th and 8th will be in Council Bluffs, Iowa for our Corn Belt Classic. Followed by the largest family reunion in the cattle business, Week in the Rockies in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, June 25th through the 29th. Let's not forget about our good friends in our western region as we take over the town of Winnemucca, Nevada for a full week of fun July 23rd through the 27th. How about taking a trip to the Bighorn Mountains in beautiful Wyoming? Superior Livestock will be having our annual Bighorn Classic in Sheridan, Wyoming, August 13th through the 17th. Lastly, our Labor Day auction will wind up the summer season from Denver, Colorado, September 5th through the 7th. For more information, log on to superiorlivestock.com, and we'll see you this summer. Well, welcome back to Sunrise. As we travel all throughout the summer, I think it's important to look at each region and state we visit to see the amount of impact the beef industry has throughout the area. In Colorado today, there are more than 2.6 million head of cattle and 13,000 beef producers throughout the state. Colorado ranks 10th in overall cattle numbers nationwide. Nearly 1/3 of Colorado's counties are classified as either economically dependent on the cattle industry or having the cattle industry serve as an important role in their economies. Cash receipts from the sale of cattle and calves is at $2.5 billion, which represents more than half of the gross farm income of $4.9 billion. Colorado's largest industry. For more information regarding Colorado agriculture industry statistics, you can always visit them online at cobeef.com. Well, like I said at the top of the program, we were recently showcased in a top-rated publication, and that was Beef Vet. They recently did an article on new markets, new management, and new opportunities. It highlighted the progressive movement into value-added programs, branded beef programs, and name-brand genetics. The facts were pulled from the Kansas State University study on Superior Livestock Auction's value-added steer-calf premiums from 2004 to 2010. Jim Davis, a 24-year Superior Livestock representative, was quoted in the article saying, "Every time I sit down with a rancher, I talk about vaccination. I try to get them on the VAC 34 or VAC 45 because of how much more these cattle are bringing versus the other cattle. We want them healthy when they go." The study by K-State also shows the supply of weaned calves and those treated with certified health programs have both increased over time. It concludes that cattle producers striving to improve profit might first focus on improvements in calf weaning and animal health programs as they offer the greatest value added premiums. The study evaluated more than 30,000 lots of calves sold on Superior Livestock Auctions video market from 2004 to 2010. For more information, you can log on to superiorlivestock.com, and to request your copy of Beef Vet the magazine, you can log on to beefmagazine.com. Now, when we come back, folks, we have two very special guests, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic returns to the Fort Worth Stockyards, starring Jamie Johnson, Stoney LaRue, and of course Willie and all his rowdy friends. Brought to you by Miller High Life and Choctaw Casino.
I've got some customers that have cattle ready all the time, and we were trying to find a faster way to clean out their traps and be able to sell their cattle for them. And we listed some on the country page, and they already had a reputation of selling cattle. And some guys came on and bought them and said, hey, that worked pretty good.
The country page is really good for being able to take advantage of upswings in the market. Just, being able to sell our cattle or getting them available for sale immediately, because the market changes so fast nowadays.
Usually within, I'm going to say within an hour, I can call the office and I can have those cattle up. The cattle are highly represented and they're highly visible on the country page.
And the more people that see it, the better off that we're going to be able to market our cattle better, to get a better price for them and get the fairest price for our cattle mainly.
So far so good, and I'm glad Superior added the country page to one of their ways of marketing cattle.
Express Ranches, located in Yukon, Oklahoma, is ranked as the largest seed stock producer in the United States by the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Express Ranches currently has 5 production sales year-round, along with an annual replacement female sale partnering with Superior Livestock Auction during Express's big event. Let Express be your destination for your next herd sire or foundation female. Call Express today for more information, and we'll see you at the next sale.
Welcome back to Sunrise, folks. Here with me now is Mr. Stuart Bach. He's a large animal vet. He is the head of Igenity and the director of beef genomics. Stuart, it is so nice to have you on the program this morning. Thanks for being here.
Katie, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, first, let's talk about what even Igenity is to give our viewers just a little bit more education on what you offer.
Sure. Igenity is a business that uses the emerging technology of DNA to profile cattle and accurately and early in the life of animals give a very good description of their true genetic potential.
You were here at the auction yesterday, and so kind of talk about what Igenity can do for our customers, especially here with such a large auction base.
Excellent question, Katie. So we think about this in a couple of different segments. First of all, seed stock producers, who would be the natural audience for this, can use DNA technology along with their regular EPDs to enhance the accuracy and provide a more accurate description of the true genetic potential of sale bulls, etc. Those cattle can be sold on Superior for increased premiums because they represent truly superior genetics. For the commercial cow-calf producer, if he's buying bulls, say for example, progressive genetics bulls or bulls that are Igenity profile tested, he can multiply the benefit of those good genetics by profiling his replacement heifers. So in this case, he's, for example, sorting out the top end of his heifers, and then he will use the Igenity replacement heifer profile, a low-cost product that will give him a very good insight into the genetic potential of those heifers and allows him to be able to match that with bull genetics to produce the kind of feeder cattle that Superior can get real premiums on. Your last article mentioned premiums that are available to cattle producers that sell through Superior, and in fact premium quality genetics and the progressive genetics program and Igenity profiling can be a significant part of projecting the value for those cattle for the feedlot operator.
Wow. I think it's safe to say that this might be a little ahead of a lot of beef producers' time. I know that I kind of got lost in your description there, but this really benefits replacement females.
It does. The replacement heifers, you can easily get an insight into their true genetic potential early in life. And Katie, it's really very simple. You know, you take a hair sample, you send it into the lab, and back comes a report that very simply and accurately describes the true genetic potential of that animal. It's easy to do, and lots of cattle producers are taking advantage of it.
Great. And I know that you will be on hand throughout the rest of the auction here. And how do people get more information on iGenity?
They can go to www.igenity.com, and with a few clicks of the mouse can get all kinds of information, frequently asked questions, and so forth answered, and they can request a test kit. They can send it into lab. Many people do already.
Oh, great. Well, Stuart, thank you so much for all this wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure so many of our beef producers certainly enjoy it, so thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Have a great day.
All right, folks, and when we come back, we will have Mr. Doug Stanton. He is the Vice President of Verification Services for IMI Global. Stay with us. It's that time again. The Superior Fall Family Horse Auction is now accepting consignments for our auction on Saturday, November 3rd at noon Central on RFD TV. We're looking for the best ranch horses, rope horses, top-notch using horses, and even those great performance horses. If you have a horse that deserves to be marketed on national television, call Superior Productions and reserve your spot today at 800-431-4452 or log on to superiorlivestock.com.
Hey guys, Bad Boy's done it again. Me, MTV by Bad Boy Mowers.
It's performance with Bad Boy. And this on-the-fly 4x4 all-new gas-powered off-road rocket is making a splash. With trail-absorbing suspension and four-wheel hydraulic brakes, this 28-horse liquid-cooled direct-drive MTV was designed by pros but will take you anywhere. All for just $74.95.
That's the MTV by Bad Boy Mowers. Ride with an attitude.
Try it for 60 days and let's see the difference it'll make in your animal.
You have an all-in-one feed, it makes all the difference in the world.
It's been a very good product for us.
But my chickens are really great layers, and I think that's because of how I feed them. They look more complete, they fill out really well.
You get exceptional gain, you get exceptional growth.
It does make a difference that we can see, day in and day out.
Take the 60-day challenge and save up to $55 on Purina feed. Sign up at purinadifference.com.
You can bet the ranch that Superior will bring you another great auction during its summer season. It's the Video Royale. For 20 years, the Video Royale has brought you outstanding offerings of cattle from top producers in the western U.S., and this year is no different. Join us live from the Winnemucca Convention Center on RFD TV or Superior Click to Bid July 23rd through the 27th. It's the Video Royale 20, broadcast live on RFD TV. This is a can't miss. To consign or get a buyer's number, call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back, folks. Joining me now is Doug Stanton with IMI Global, and you are the Vice President of Verification Services. Doug, thanks for being here this morning.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, Katie. We've had a long-term relationship with Superior and working with the reps and with the office and Mary Gwynn, and we're proud to be one of the third-party verification companies that does work with Superior. Our Superior Verified program is our baseline program for source and age. That program has been in place for over 6 years. And then, we encourage our producers to start, stepping up in their verification programs and start looking at the NHTC program. That particular program has some exciting news this year. The quota that we've been working under with the EU is actually going to be raised 130% from where we've been from the 2009 levels. And then we have the Verified Natural program, which is our USDA Never Ever 3. And it's a program that works for some producers and gives some additional premiums, and most of the natural programs out there will support it and take the cattle from that program. Probably the newest thing that we visited about a little bit yesterday was our Where Food Comes From program, which is our pull-through retail labeling program. And that program is, we've got recently signed a deal with Heinen's in Ohio, which is a grocery store chain, and in that store a consumer can pick up a piece of meat, pork or beef, and it'll have our label on it, and a QR code. They can go in with a smartphone or a website and look up that QR code, and it goes back and tells a story where the product was from, a group of producers, not exactly the producer, but a group of producers that product came from, and the story behind those producers. It's our version of Story Beef, and we're excited about that program. We're starting to work out some details on a dividend rebate program from our Where Food Comes From. As that program continues to grow, then producers that work with us on our verification programs can get dividends from that. And anybody that's working with Superior Verified and those programs would automatically qualify for it. And we encourage our producers, the consigners, to submit their profiles to us, and so we'll have them on our website so that when the product does come through from their source, then their story will be there.
I love Where Food Comes From. I saw that on your all's website just a few months ago. Like you said, what a great new added program for you, and really talking about Superior Verified and Superior Livestock Auction. Right. Superior Verified along with IMI Global, it's just another value-added program for our customers.
Yes, and we're very proud to be part of that and work with everyone. You guys are very customer focused, and that's one of our goals with IMI Global, all the way from the office through the reps and working with our customers, and that's what we want to focus on too.
Great. Well, I know, like Stuart, you're going to be around all week, so if our customers have any questions, they can certainly talk to you.
You bet. I'll be here for the booth and talk to people on the phone all the time, and I'd love to put a face with a name and come on by. You bet.
Great. Well, Doug, thanks so much. And folks, when we come back, World Champion Auctioneer Ralph Wade will join me. Stay with us.
My name is Jeff Baxter, and I'm the Senior Marketing Manager for the Vista vaccine line. And today I'm going to visit with you about the unique mixing method for Vista vaccines. One of the things that occurs with a modified live vaccine like Vista is it is freeze-dried during the manufacturing process. So as part of that freeze-drying process, we need to rehydrate that vaccine. And today I'm going to demonstrate the unique mixing method for the 50-dose bottle of the Vista vaccines. First, stick the transfer needle into the cake vial to release the vacuum. Insert the needle all the way against the hub. Next, turn the cake vial upside down and insert the other end of the transfer needle into the diluent bottle. Again, you should insert the needle all the way against the hub. Turn the cake vial over again and squeeze a small amount of diluent into the cake vial to rehydrate it. Swirl the vial until the cake and diluent are mixed. Then turn the bottles so the rehydrated cake vial is on top. Give the diluent bottle one hard squeeze. Then set the bottles down with the cake vial on top. Allow the mixture from the cake vial to drain into the diluent bottle. Once all the mixture from the cake vial has drained into the diluent bottle, separate the bottle and remove the transfer needles. The last step is to remove the peel-off label from the back of the cake vial and place it over the top of the diluent bottle label. These quick steps for rehydrating the Vista Modified Live vaccine line will allow you to utilize the best technology on the market. For more information on this mixing method, please contact your local veterinarian to receive these mixing instructions for the 50-dose bottles of Vista.
If you aren't implanting your calves with Ralgrow, you're leaving money on the table. Ralgrow is tried and true technology that increases average daily gains and improves your utilization of pasture resources. Ralgrow can increase weaning weight in steers and heifers by as much as 20 to 35 pounds, which lowers your break-even point and puts more money in your pocket. Don't leave money on the table. Go to www.ralgrow.com to learn more.
Well, welcome back to Sunrise, folks. Joining me now, as always, is World Champion Auctioneer Mr. Ralph Wade. And Ralph, we had a good auction yesterday. We're hoping for a little bit better day today.
Oh yeah, the market, of course, the grains, as Tommy talked about earlier, had gone up, but last night on the market, it was down a little bit on that. And we're hoping that'll carry through. It was a little bit tough, but it is what it is, Katie. And we've had an awful good market for quite a while, and seen the prices in record levels, and it just, it's still a good market.
That's right. Well, like yesterday, we did talk about the All-American Beef Battalion live auction that will be going on Friday morning at 7 a.m. And we do want to preview lot number 2 that will be offered for auction. It is a fishing trip to Cimarron, or in Cimarron, New Mexico. It's a 3-day, 3-night, 2-person stay, and this is located on a very scenic, historic ranch with an incredible lodging, dining, and fishing experience. Many bodies of water are scattered throughout the 160,000 acres, and this trip is available from July 1st through August 15th. Sounds like a pretty good place.
That'll be a great trip. It is. You know, you get out in that country and on that big ranch, you know, we've had an opportunity to know that ranch a little bit, and it will be. That'll be a great buy for somebody that loves to fish and get out in the open. And I don't know, there's a lot of things you can do on that ranch there.
Yeah. Another exciting news is Jim Bob Cross, a great Superior Livestock rep and one that you've known for a long, long time. Well, they just welcomed a brand new baby boy last night.
You bet. That's Jimmy Rope Cross. And yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They just yesterday afternoon, and it's great. I mean, all I can say is wow, you know, and we just congratulate them from all of us here at Superior, and so glad for them, so happy for them.
Right, yeah, Jim Bob and his wife Melissa, she's been down there in Dallas getting treatments for quite some time, but they delivered this healthy, very, very beautiful baby boy, 10 pounds, 4 ounces, and 22.5 inches long. That's a big baby.
That's a big one, yes it is. But, you know, Jim Bob, he's a big old boy too, you know, so you betcha, he'll fit in.
Well, let's run through the regions real quick before we get to the auction.
Today is all yearlings, Katie. We're having quite a yearling sale. We'll start out, of course, with the Holsteins here this morning, and we've got one lot of 500 and some Corrientes, 600-pound Corrientes, right onto them, and then we'll go right into our yearlings in the northern country, and we've got a lot of good yearlings. So a good yearling day. We're getting a good crowd here. A lot of the buyers that are come up to be with us here at Steamboat. It's going to be a great day.
Great. Well, we certainly look forward to seeing all of our buyers and consigners here in Steamboat. And folks, if you are interested in purchasing cattle with us during Week in the Rockies, you can call us right now for a buyer number at 800-422-2117. We'd certainly love to have you. We want to thank you all so much for joining us this morning on Sunrise. And before we sell that first lot, if you would please stand for the singing and playing of our national anthem.